Presence is directed by Steven Soderbergh and is a new horror movie from him that'll be out in theaters this weekend. This movie stars Lucy Liu, Chris Sullivan, Kalina Liang, Eddie Madej, and Julia Fox, and follows a family that has just moved into this brand new house in the suburbs where they're all in the middle of points of their lives where things are changing in terms of the professional stuff with the parents, or whether it's stuff at school with the kids. And all of this is being shown through something that seems to already be there in the house. Everything that is shot in this movie is from the perspective of some kind of presence, no pun intended, that seems to be going around, and eventually the family has to deal with that, whatever that is. There's a lot more going on in Presence, though. There are some things that even the marketing hasn't really, shown, which I think is a good thing. But eventually you are dealing with stuff that is being shown from something that you already are well aware exists in the house. Now that's something that's very interesting because normally whenever it comes to movies like this, you're getting into a house and you find out there's a ghost there or something like that. It's the characters that you're already seeing, the human beings, they eventually hear something or see something that's very creepy, like there's some jump scare moments like that. In this case, however, from the very first frame, you are made aware that something's in the house, and after that, everything else that's happening, it flows in a very different sense compared to what everything else would. And it leads to a movie that I found to be incredibly fascinating. And when it comes to the recent phase of Soderbergh's movies, I think it's very interesting what he is able to do over here. He's been having a lot of fun recently when it comes to playing around with the visual sense of film, particularly since Unsane, which was shot with an iPhone. And ever since then, the movies that he's made have tried to make the best use of smaller locations and things in order to create something pretty grand in scale, perhaps, with the notable exception being No Sudden Move, which is definitely a bit bigger in scale than the other stuff. But going into the movie, I was very interested in seeing what he would do over here, and it's actually surprisingly quite affecting at times, because obviously as this thing is going around the house, these characters that we're following, this family, they're going through some stuff too. And as you're learning about each character, there are some who are given some emphasis and they're all going through something. And you get to linger in those moments quite a bit because the presence is often witnessing that. And it leads to some solid performances from the entire cast. I think the family, all four members, they do a very good job. The standout to me in the cast was Kalina Liang as Chloe. She's the daughter in the family, and not trying to spoil much, she's been through some stuff recently and it hasn't been a great time, and so naturally as the movie is progressing, you're getting to see some emotional sides of her. She is definitely one of the highlights of the movie and worth praising. Not that everybody else isn't good. I thought Lucy Liu was also really great in the movie, as usual. I think Lucy Liu's very good usually. Chris Sullivan, very same thing. It's like he's very good in this movie. He does a really great job. In fact, he gets a few really powerful moments as well, and I really like what he's able to do. And Eddie Madej, who plays Tyler, who is Chloe's brother, was also very good in the movie. Mainly the movie revolves around just the family members who are present in the house. And now at this point, we have to talk about the way the film is shot. It is mostly all long takes, which are cut up with quick cuts to black in the middle, every now and then between scenes. Beyond that, it never moves past that. Everything that you see in this movie is through the eyes, if you will, of whatever this is. And I think that there's, again, a very unique aspect to that Soderbergh absolutely cashes in on. And so it's very well directed in the process, keeping a sense of curiosity and tension throughout the entire thing. It's not a very long movie. It's about an hour and 25 minutes with credits. It's very quick and it gets going almost immediately out the gate. No scene really feels wasted. It feels like every single shot and every single moment with the family members is needed, because it all adds up to something which will have a payoff perhaps later on, or something that you may see later on eventually when you're seeing what all of this is building to. I'd say it leads to a fair, mostly satisfying conclusion in terms of what the narrative is going for. And when it comes to honing in on some of the themes and ideas that it was playing around with throughout the runtime. And by the end of the movie, I was very impressed with what Presence was able to achieve. It's not a perfect movie. I don't think it gets every single detail right, but it is damn good stuff. It is a lot more than just a creepy ghost story. If that's the kind of thing you're getting from the trailers and the marketing, there's more to it than that. It is something that, sort of creeps in a little bit, and, you're sort of going along again. It's with the characters who are in front of this presence. You're more involved in the stories that are going on with them, which are a different kind of, scary in their own regard. Again, try not to give too much away, because I feel like some people are going to say, see some of the marketing and be like, oh, this is the scariest film of the year or something. It's like, it's not that kind of movie. It's not exactly that. So I feel like I have to give that, prior disclaimer before you guys go and check it out in theaters. But still, it is worth watching, and it is, worth experiencing for yourself. And I'm going to give Presence an 8.5 out of 10. Damn good stuff. Very, very impressed with it overall. And it is, solid Soderbergh fare. So let me know what you guys think of Presence when you go to check it out. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on it. And thank you so much as always for watching. It means a lot to me, of course, and I hope you guys come back and watch more videos. To those who are already on the channel, really, really appreciate it. For those of you who aren't, please do subscribe. That would mean the world to me. And I will see you guys in the movies.